Hey guys, I'm back. I'm back in Texas, back in the Houston office where I came from. My field assignment in South Carolina has concluded. And today I have something pretty cool to show you. This is the new Sena Future Folio Case for the iPad Pro, the 10.5-inch iPad Pro. And if you're like me, you like to have a good case with your Apple products. You like to have something that protects it, but doesn't detract from the aesthetic value of it. So naturally you don't look at the cheap eBay cases or even some of the Amazon cases that show up. One thing I noticed that was interesting about the iPad Pro was at the start there didn't seem to be too many nice high-end cases for it, just kind of bits and pieces. And puzzlingly, Apple did not produce a full front and back case for this iPad Pro like they did for the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. You can only buy a smart cover, a smart keyboard, and a sleeve, and neither of those options really worked for me. I wanted something that could protect the back of the iPad at all times so you wouldn't scratch up the aluminum, but you could still use the front of it. You can fold it up, you can prop it up, and luckily Sena Cases answered just that need. Now if you've heard of Sena Cases, you know they make cases for just about every Apple iProduct, the iPhone, the iPad, going back quite a ways, so this is definitely not something new to them. So I felt comfortable putting my trust and my dollars behind this. I actually pre-ordered this 2 months ago. It was available only on their website to pre-order. You couldn't find it on Amazon. It was $79.99, which is, you know, a little bit steep, but I have no regrets whatsoever. And in this review, I'm going to show you what makes this case so awesome. So it comes in this nice kind of rubbery finish cardboard box. You open it up, and you know the box is sealed, it's wrapped, and what was so interesting was it had my invoice inside of it. So that's kind of cool. They're putting so much care into their products that they're kind of personalizing it. You're getting your documentation within the box. You get this little kind of a business card. This has been handcrafted, blah, blah, blah. Oils may cause discoloration and wear in the leather. It's the same stuff you get with the Apple leather cases for the iPhone. But yeah, then the case comes in this bag just for extra protection, I guess. But I already took the case out and fitted it on my iPad Pro. Get to that now. Here it is, guys. So the first thing to know is it has a holder for the Apple Pencil. Now this is just an elastic band, but it's tight enough and it's long enough that I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it's a good place just to keep your pencil parked. The only issue with this in this clip you see is that when you open up the case and you try to fold it back, if you have that pencil in, it's going to impede you from completely folding it back onto itself. But in all other cases, it stays out of the way. Now let's quickly touch on the build quality. This case smells like a leather couch you cannot afford. It really has that high-end leather look, feel, and smell. Definitely top quality. I've no complaints about the fit and finish. And just the finishing around the edges, around all of the holes for all 4 speakers, around the microphones. You get these textured aluminum standout buttons. Really top-notch fit and finish. Right up there with the Apple iPhone cases, maybe even better, you could argue. Has a nice snug fit around the iPad. It clips right in. On the inside is all microfiber. It's lined, and it's not going to scratch your iPad one bit. Of course, it is a smart cover, meaning that when you open it, it automatically wakes from sleep. When you close it, it automatically sleeps again. It has that magnet. But that's not the only magnet it has. It actually has a second magnet. When you flip the iPad Pro around and put it into stand-up mode, instead of having just a ridge in the back of the case, it actually has a very strong magnet that holds this, this cover in place. And now this is tough enough. You can prop it up, you can sit it down, it will not budge. It's just a really clever idea how they used a magnet to hold that into position. And like I said, on cheaper cases usually have a ridge there or something to kind of, you know, wedge it into. So yeah, so you have your typing mode, which kind of lays it down at maybe a 30-degree angle. Then you can take it right from that mode, you can flip it up and have it in kind of a picture viewing mode, or if you're in the kitchen cooking, you can have it kind of upright so you can see what your recipe is, or if you're watching something on Netflix, it's good to have for that. But yeah, I mean, this case, it's so functional and so aesthetically pleasing that frankly I think for $79.99 it's a bargain, considering you get a full front and back case. You get a smart case, it holds your Apple Pencil, has that clever magnet for holding it into the angled prop-up mode. I am a big fan of this case, guys. I highly recommend it. If I had anything at all negative to say about this case, it does add quite a bit to the thickness of it. It probably makes it a little bit over twice as thick, a little bit heavier, but I mean, with this kind of construction and quality, you're not really going to get around that too much. The other thing is it does not swivel. If you're looking for one that you can prop up in portrait orientation, this will not do that. This one is landscape only for prop up. But those cases tend to be quite a bit more bulky than the ones that just open and fold like this one. I believe Sena actually sells another case that does swivel, but they sold this one which does not, which is fine for me. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. I hope to be back with some more videos soon. Say bye-bye, Roxy.